Hello and welcome to Mindful Conversations. My name is Jennifer, aka Coach Ms.Mindful, where we talk all things women and wellness. And today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, my absolute favorite subjects, because I'm so passionate about healing and helping people. And this one here, when you take control of this one, we have the ability to heal almost any kind of illness, from your basic anxiety all the way to disease like cancer. I'm a true believer in it, and so today we're talking about the microbiome, your microbiome. What is your microbiome? The microbiome is the 30 trillion cells that are bacteria and viruses and funguses that are moving through your body, either keeping you thriving or bringing you down slowly. And it's fascinating when you think that you own your body all by yourself and you realize that actually 90% of the cells in your body, 90% of the cells in your body is your microorganism. The 10% of the rest of your cells is the human cells. You know, I hear so often and when I work with people in their wellness that they think it's, I got it, it's hereditary, I got it, my dad had that, my mom had that. It's like, no, my friends. What science is showing today, that we have such control of our cellular, our gene pool, all of these things by the way that we care for ourselves, by the things that we consume. And so that is what the microbiome is. That is your microorganism, is 90% of the cells in your body that are truly making you how you feel right now and how you will feel in the future. It's breaking down your food and producing vitamins, and it's a communicator throughout the whole entire body, this microorganism. And a huge percent of your microorganism lives in the gut. And so when you hear people say, this connection from the brain to the gut, that they are together, they truly are. And it comes down to, what are you feeding your party inside of you? What are you feeding your microorganism? I like to see my party inside of me as this playground of like Disneyland, right? Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. And in Disneyland, you have every type of culture, you have every type of walks of life, walking around having the time of their life. And then you have some bullies on the playground. You have some bullies in Disneyland that are trying to cheat on the fast pass, that are trying to get in front of you, that are moving their way around and just being a bully on the playground. So that's the same with your microorganism. You want this diversity of all these different, cultures and walks of life. And the bullies, you want minimal. The bullies are connected to disease. The bullies are connected to different cancers and rheumatoid arthritis and obesity, and so much of the things that we suffer from is connected to our microorganism and healthy microbes that are actually causing us to be sick and controlling the mood that we feel right in the now, from what we're consuming to what's connected to how we will end our life in our future. And it's fascinating to know that your microorganism actually was given to you through birth. When you were born, one of the things that I coach is that, what you're going through today truly comes from the day you were born, to all the things that you've been through, to what you've been consuming, to what you put your body through, everything to now. That's how you address approaching healing a human body, because no body is the same, not only from right now to what we're consuming, but from how we were born. And so your microorganism is actually given to you through birth, through the woman's birth canal. When I talk about, your microorganism, think about where things are crawling all over you, your skin, your mouth, the female anatomy, the gut. And so you're actually get your microorganism through the birth canal. And if you are born through C-section, you don't actually get that full dose of the microorganism. And so a lot of children who are born C-section, once they learn about their microorganism, can connect the dots and go, oh, wow, okay, this is why I've had allergies and, ear issues and, whatever, illnesses, lots of colds, things like that as a baby, because you didn't get that dose of your microorganism when you were born. And then it also depends on the mom and their microorganism. What kind of microorganism did you get through birth? we're all connected. It's truly all connected. It fascinates me to talk about it. So that is where the microorganism comes from. And then also, with women, that I think is so powerful is that in our breast milk is microbes that we're giving to the baby through our breast milk. And as you know, I'm very passionate about cannabis therapeutics, and that endogenous cannabinoids that the body produces, we also give through our breast milk. So all these things are so vital to our well-being. Why? Right? The microorganism. So I'll tell you a few things that the microorganism doesn't like and how you can care for your microorganism to literally make you thrive and to heal anything really that you're suffering from. And, this is my opinion. I love to share my opinion and have these mindful conversations to bring awareness to it, because I've seen, not only with myself, but with others, truly heal themselves by just caring for the party going on inside of them, your microorganism, the playground that you want to feed it the things that it likes. And the bullies, I'll tell you the bullies, because the bullies, in my opinion, are like the bullies in life. So stress, the microorganism doesn't like stress. Go figure. We live in a very stressful environment. Our world today is very stressful. And so how do we actively de-stress throughout the day? Not just once a day, but throughout the day. I have what I call the toolbox of ease and pleasure, where it's full of tools of how we can actively de-stress throughout the day, because we need to, because stress is causing so much havoc. The microorganism doesn't like stress. It becomes inflamed, and then our bodies are inflamed, which is the underlining to what? Disease. The other thing it doesn't like is antibiotics. Okay, we've all been given antibiotics as children. We give it to our kids. We get it. It's just handed out kind of like candy a little bit. It's given out way too much, knowing now what it does to our microorganism. In addition, we have antibiotics and hormones that are in our meats. Terrible for your microorganism. This is why you have to eat organic meat, or just don't eat meat at all. Like, that's the choice, in my opinion, because with the meats, the hormones, you're putting estrogenics, fake hormones that mimic estrogen. Bad. And then we have the antibiotics that are terrible for the microorganism. Like, these are the reasons why we're sick, right? This is how we can heal ourselves, by eliminating these things. The other thing it doesn't like, so that's the bully there, stress. The other bully, antibiotics, right? We're trying to fight disease, bully. And then we have alcohol. Alcohol is another one the microbiome doesn't like. And I think alcohol is a bully. I think alcohol, it destroys people. It is such an addiction. I think that it's like an illness, in my opinion, like cancer. It destroys not only self, it destroys families, it destroys relationships, it shrinks the brain, microbiome, it pisses the microbiome off. So guess what? That's a bully on the playground. Alcohol is a bully on the playground, so many ways. Another subject. So it doesn't like alcohol, but what it does like is kombucha. It loves fermented things. So switch your beer to kombucha and serve your body good while enjoying something delicious. How about that one, right? The other one that it doesn't like is gluten. I believe that our bodies are sensitive. I believe that whether you are, eat super, super healthy and that you're sensitive, or you don't think your body's sensitive, it is. It's because you probably fed it so much artificial stuff, it doesn't realize that it's sensitive. It's kind of numb, like we tend to do in life. We tend to, what I call, live under the spell of addiction, of pharmaceuticals, of food, and not to say that's not your fault. Like, this is why I share what I share, is because it's society feeding it to us. We don't know. It's truly not your fault. Who's talking about the party going on inside of you? The ants go marching one by one. That's the way I picture it. The ants go marching one by one. We have these ant hills, of trillions of ants. It's the same thing inside of you. And so we have to feed that party what it wants, and we have to quit feeding it what it doesn't like, because that is why we're suffering. That is why we have anxiety. We can't sleep. We have obesity problems. We have heart disease. We have diabetes. We have cancer. We have all these things. Is not just, when we say it's the diet, it's the food, it's the lifestyle. It's like, no, what are you feeding the party inside of you? That's what it comes down to. We've got to start being aware. We have to start eliminating what the party doesn't like and start making it happy. When you feed the party what it wants, it's an amazing party and it serves you beyond measure. And so you want to feed it things that it likes: fiber, fibrous foods, greens, leafy greens. And yes, this is a healthy lifestyle. This is what our body needs. We're alive and vibrant. We're not artificial. We need to feed it live and vibrant things. It loves nuts. nuts and seeds, right? Fibrous foods. It loves fermented things. So for me personally, I like to feed the party 3 times a day. You have a dog, you give it a treat. Your kids do something good, you give it a treat. You feed your body a treat, what it likes, and it's going to serve you, right? So apple cider vinegar is a huge one. So I take apple cider vinegar 2 to 3 times a day. I'm feeding my party a little treat. Good job for making me feel good and have energy and be disease-free. Thank you, party, right? And then in addition, I'll have a kombucha, or I'll have some, I have like a fermented asparagus that I love, fermented cucumbers. So fermented foods, I make a fermented firewater, fermented beet juice. And so I just feed the party a couple little treats throughout the day. And guess what that does? It serves my body good, giving it the right things. I also, in addition, this is where pre and probiotics are huge. A lot of people are aware of probiotics. They're like, what is a prebiotic? The probiotic is the single final units, the organisms that you're feeding. You're adding diversity to the playground at Disneyland. So you're taking these probiotics, which are single file colonies that are feeding into the ants go marching one by one. And then the prebiotic is actually giving them the foods and the fibers and the things that make them feed, that make them multiply, that make them, your body thrive. That's what it is. So I take a pro and prebiotic every day also to keep the party happy, to keep the party thriving, to keep the party from keeping me feeling my best. And I truly think that in order to live our best life, we have to feel our best. And this, my friends, is the underlining. Your microorganism is so vital to your well-being, and it comes down to a choice. It comes down to deciding what you're gonna feed your party, right? So it's a tough one. We are our hardest job. We are our closest companion, and making choices that are right for us every single day, takes discipline. And so it's try to shift the way that you think when you go to consume. Am I feeding the party going on inside of me, or is it going to be pissed? Is it going to be mad, and I'm going to feel like crap, and I'm going to get bloated, and I'm going to get a headache, I'm going to get stressed out? It's a choice. Right? It's a choice. And I believe this is where moderation comes in, save things for treats that, you have once in a while, but feed the party what it wants. And I'm telling you, it will serve you beyond measure. It will serve you beyond measure. And so that's it for today, my friends. Sending you so much love. Bye-bye.